Alright, what is going on, everybody? This is Tim Odell with Odell Complete Concrete, and this is part 5. If you haven't seen the last 4 parts, definitely go check those out, and you guys can see everything we have been doing up until this point. What we're going to be doing and focusing on in this video is these 2 concrete walkways that we're going to be pouring out, basically leading from the side yard out to the city sidewalk, and then also another little walkway that's going to go from the front of the house to the city sidewalk as well. And this is a great DIY project. I would say anyone could probably tackle with the right tools and time. You can even break up the slab into sections on control joints so that you could pour your own walkway out in sections. So it's just me and one of my guys here right now, Shane. And all we're doing is setting one string line up from our main patio pour is going to be, you can see the forms the string line it's connected to. And that pour was actually done in the last video. It was a sand wash finish. So you guys can always go back and check that out. But we're pulling the string line from where that concrete is going to be connected all the way out to the front. It's a straight line, so we're going to be making this walkway about 4 feet, so we can just measure straight off of that string line. And I'm also just double checking with the square. As we were digging out this walkway right here, we did run in a couple roots, which is never fun because roots are very difficult to take out. Luckily, with the sawzall and some axes and picks, you can get them out. Sometimes though, you'll need a stump grinder, or you just tie that stump to the back of your truck and yank it out with a chain. I've seen those go wrong though. So I'm just forming up one side right now and then clearing out the next side. We want a minimum of about 3.5 to 4 inches to get those forms in, and for the depth of the concrete. Once we do have the area all cleared out, we're going to be doing about 2 foot on center for our rebar. But before we put the rebar in, we are going to compact the whole surface. You can actually see now in the background that the sand wash finished concrete in the background has been poured out. And here's the walkway from the house to the city sidewalk I was talking about. A couple of leaves got in the walkway area, so I had to blow those out. So here's the rebar I'm putting in. Just 2 long bars for this little walkway right here. This walkway is about 3 feet wide. And as we did pour out these 2 walkways in the front, I was also pouring out another big piece of concrete in the backyard, which was in part 3. So I was actually pouring out all these slabs at the same time, but I did divide up the videos just so I can get into more detail with the front area and with the back. So if you haven't seen part 3, definitely go check that one out as well, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. So all the rebar is set. Now all I'm doing is I'm going down with some tie wire, tying them all up, so that on the pour day we can lift the rebar up without it all falling out of place. Because I don't typically like using chairs, just because they can easily become a trip hazard, and sometimes the chairs they sit too high. It's too high to the surface, will cause the concrete to crack. You really want that rebar in the middle of the concrete. Alright, so here we are on the pour day. We just got done pouring out the back, so what we're all doing is we're getting on the hose now, moving the hose to the side walkway. You can see the concrete part out over there. Typically you want to grab these pumps on the connection points when you're moving them, so that the the little connection points don't drag and scrape up anything like existing driveways, pavers, whatever it may be. And these things get heavy. That's why we had a couple of guys on it with us, because they're full of concrete.
We got about 4 yards.
Alright, so here we are. We're just pouring out the walkway now. Probably some of you that weren't paying attention are thinking, oh, why do you have so many guys there? Well, like I was saying earlier in the video, we were pouring out a piece of concrete in the backyard. I think it was like 10.5 yards for this entire pour with the back, this walkway, and the front walkway going from the house to the city sidewalk as well. But I did end up running a little short because concrete trucks can only hold 10 yards. So I kind of knew I was going to be short, but I didn't want to get another short load fee because short load fees are crazy expensive. And for a half yard, I did not want to be paying like $600. Here we are with the wooden bowl float floating out the walkway right now. And it's always nice to float the opposite direction of the way you rotted because your concrete will come out that much more smooth. Now, here is the point where we ran out of concrete. We were so close. But, like I said, I kind of figured this was going to happen. So I did have some extra concrete bags ready on hand.
But the hand mix is the leftover right here. We were very, very close.
Mucho teaching, Taylor.
Too much intelligence. Muy inteligente. Ooh, I hate hand mixing.
Hey, believe me and your brother mixed one pallet?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
Hey, we was fucking working like that. Crazy, study, huh?
We were short.
A little bit.
It's better than getting a short load fee though. Only $50.
I mean, that sure love us at $300 for the jars.
I knew I was.
Where did you get that 45 PSI concrete?
That's strong.
Yeah, where do you buy it from?
Oh, Lowe's.
Low? Oh, really? Low?
Yeah, Lowe's has got the good concrete. Yeah, I guess whoever orders the concrete and you're short, you're the one that has to do the mixing.
Yeah, that's a piece of cake.
One was dead on.
Sometimes you're sure like a one bag, so. No, bueno. So, you bring a little bit extra?
And then here we are with the Fresno going down on the concrete after we hit it with the bowl float a couple times. Now we're hitting it with the Fresno, getting that surface a lot more smoothed out. Right after the Fresno, what we're doing is we're breaking out the 2-foot edger and we're just edging all of the concrete walkways. This is the walkway that goes from the house to the city sidewalk. And then after that, we're now spacing out all of our joints. And we're going for about 6-foot joints between this walkway because we measured the whole walkway and divided it evenly. That's kind of what you want to always do. You want to measure the whole length of whatever size walkway you're doing and then divide it evenly for your correct control joints.
I'll tell you. That looks straight.
Looks good?
Yep, come on down.
Once we had everything all marked out, now we're just breaking out our joint cutter and we're just cutting the joints in. After we do cut all of our joints in, the next thing you're going to want to do is clean those joints up with a walking joiner or just a hand joiner. We have a walking joiner, which is a lot easier to use. You don't have to bend over with it. So we're just gonna be cleaning those up with our walking joiner. All right, and here is our walking joiner in action. Alright, now we're just breaking out our funny trowels, giving this cleaning up the edges that our walking joiner caused. You always want to try to knock out any lines or any imperfections right away on your concrete. Smooth it out and then let it stiffen up and then do another pass. I would say between every pass you do, you want to wait about 30 to 40 minutes, depending. It really does depend on the weather conditions. So you really gotta honestly feel the concrete. The best way I would say is just put your fingers into the concrete and see how well it's imprinting. That'll kind of give you an idea of where the concrete is on its setup stages. Once the concrete starts to get really hard, you won't be able to use these walking Fresnos or walking funny floats, anything like that, because the concrete's just going to be too hard and you're going to really have to start to get down with the hand tools and really work that concrete. Really put some elbow grease. That's why a lot of concrete guys got big forearms. A lot of forearm strength when it comes to troweling. But after we're done with all of the hand troweling, what we're doing now is we're just putting a broom finish, and it's a pretty light broom finish. And we got the 100% nylon broom out, giving it a nice clean finish. What we like to do before we broom the whole surface is we like to broom the edges, making sure that the edges get hit, because sometimes when you broom it straight on like that, they don't get hit. So we always try to broom the edges and then go straight on with the whole slab, and it just turns out that much nicer. So that basically wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, because there are more parts to this series coming up, and I hope you guys stay tuned for the next parts. Thank you for watching and have a great day.